The demand for Rolex watches is always high, and as a result, finding a brand new one at retail price is a difficult task. This leaves many people with no choice but to look for pre-owned Rolex watches and pay a premium price to acquire them from the secondary market. Watch collectors often wonder which of the top Rolex investment watches of 2024 are available for purchase and which one will prove to be the best investment. It is always reassuring to know that the expensive timepiece you invest in is worth the money. This review will discuss the 2024 Rolex timepieces that are great investments, and will also provide you with information on how much money you can expect to gain by purchasing them new at base watches. The GMT Master II Pepsi has always been one of the most popular watches worldwide, and for good reason. There is arguably no travel watch more iconic than the GMT Master, and when one thinks of the range, the blue and red bicolored bezel is the one that comes to mind. If you're lucky enough to grab one at retail, it's one of the few models that can quickly be resold and make you some serious money. However, you're going to want to aim to invest in the discontinued and older models for a sound investment. Introduced in the 1980, the Ref. 16750 offers the vintage feel of the older models with its plexiglass crystal and matte dial, while offering the convenience of the quick-set date. It's also fetching a cheaper price currently. The Ref's 16750 originally sold at $2,900 in the 1980. Market values are currently at $17,290 as of March 2023, which is already 8% lower than its peak price in February 2023. Even with a falling market, the current market values show the resilience and value of this iconic reference. The Rolex Submariner is one of the best-known and most desirable watches in the world. It's a classic watch that has been in production since 1954, and while it may be considered old by some, it's still one of the most popular watches out there, and one that's on the list of any collector, whether they're seasoned or starting. The Rolex Submariner has been worn by everyone from Sean Connery to Michael Phelps. The Ref. 16610 was produced between 1988 and 2010 and was the last Submariner date to feature the aluminum bezel insert and classic case proportions of the Sub. The models that came after the Ref. 16610 were upgraded with the Beefire Super Case, Cerecrum ceramic bezel, and solid bracelet links. While those were modern and ergonomic improvements on the Sub, this model will always be top of mind when one says Submariner. When it comes to potential investment, the Ref. 16610 retailed at $7,375 in 2021. With the market price dropping from $10,553 in 2022 and dropping to $9,901 in early 2023, it makes it a good time to invest in a classic piece. Considering how much the watch appreciated since 2021, it has the potential to appreciate more over the next few years. It's not often you can find a classic Rolex for under $10,000 these days, giving the perfect opportunity for an investment. The Rolex Cosmograph Daytona 116500 LN is a great watch for collectors who are looking for a modern Daytona with great investment potential. Introduced in 2016, this was the first iteration of the steel Daytona that was given a ceramic bezel. Needless to say, it was highly anticipated, and until today has years-long waiting lists at authorized dealers. Despite the fall in other markets, the Daytona market, while falling, didn't fall as far as others. When it comes to Daytona models, you won't be able to find a Daytona selling at retail price. The demand for these watches continues to hike. The prices are much higher. As of January 2023, you're looking at a retail price of $14,800 for this model. However, average market values are registering from $27,900 to $33,100, an incredible appreciation from retail value. The Ref. 116,500 peak in 2022 at $48,500. In the last 6 months, it's dropped in price by over $2,000, more so over last year, but is starting to climb again, supporting the experts' assertion that Daytonas and other top Rolex timepieces are quite the resilient asset. The Rolex Explorer II Ref 16570 is a sports watch that would fit comfortably for all wrist sizes. Produced from 1989 to 2011, it comes with the classic 40mm size and proportions of vintage Rolex watches, but also with the modern features of their watches from the 1990 to the 2000. Demand for it is likely to grow as it was the last 40mm Explorer II to be produced by Rolex, and at the same time it spans the upgrade to caliber 3185 and from tritium to luminova. It satisfies the collector's desire for classic Rolex sports watch proportions, and it also sets the precedence with technological advances. The Ref 16570 also already presents the option between a polar white and a black dial, whose high contrast looks have made the Explorer II a cult classic. Currently, the Explorer II Ref 16570 is going for $8,910 in the pre-owned market, compared to the last retail price of $6,325. This price has remained relatively steady over the last 6 months, but it has seen a low in early 2023. The Rolex President Day date is the gold watch of gold watches. When you think of a Rolex Day date, this is the one that you have likely pictured in your mind. The Rolex President Day date is the epitome of iconic luxury watches through design and tradition. This is a watch that's recognized everywhere around the globe. Released at Baselworld 2015, the Ref 118,238 is a more modern take on the traditional day date, which makes it a little more appealing to growing markets. The updated case design and broader lugs offer more robust wear on the wrist, while the double quickset function makes for more seamless wear. The Ref 118,238 is another classic that has fallen below its retail price. In 2020, it sold at retail for $35,300 and is currently valued at an average of $28,172 in the pre-owned market. Gold watches are finding a resurgence on the secondary market, and trends are showing a slight rise beginning for this reference. It's one you'll want to invest in soon if you're interested.